Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I have the 1/7 scale figure of Asuka from the Radioeva version 2 series by Hobbymax. This series of figures features the Eva characters in very cool looking streetwear. There's actually a version 1 for this series, and I picked that up as well, but kinda regretted because I think version 2 looks so much better. Also, version 2 is in collaboration with one of my favorite fashion brands, FILA. I used to have a pair of shoes like that. Also, for Asuka, I think this version looks way cooler than the previous one. Anyway, I'm really excited to open this up, so let's get started. I picked this up from AmiAmi for about 19,000 yen, which is about 146 USD. Given how cool this Asuka is, it's no surprise that she kinda went up in the aftermarket, at least from what I can see on AmiAmi pre-owned. I pre-ordered her back in December 2021, and after a really long wait, I finally got her in March 2023. Instead of the fancy shoebox design from version 1, this Radioeva version 2 figures come in this transparent plastic box. They are basically copying Outer's style, although I kinda prefer the shoebox design from version 1 instead. Opening this box up and taking the figure out. The inside of the box has a printed cardboard with graphics of the figure on the sides. These graphics appear on the outer side of the box. Inside, there is also a note from Hobbymax, as well as a little note about the figure. There is also some simple instructions on this note, so assembly should be easy. I hope. This figure only has one blister package, and inside, there is a dark grey acrylic base. Last but not least, we also have Asuka, and she is very well wrapped up in plastic and foam. Here is Asuka with all the protection wrapping removed. And that's all the components we have for the figure. Now, to set Asuka up. For assembly, I'll first set Asuka on her base. Asuka has 2 holes on one of her shoes, and this slots into the base. Here is the base with 2 metal pegs to slot Asuka in. Thankfully, that slots in really easily. With that, I have the 1/7 scale figure of Asuka from the version 2 Radioeva series by Hobbymax. And I must say, she looks so fashionable and cool in this figure. I think of all the characters from this series, Asuka probably has my favorite outfit. The moment this figure came out, I went to check out this bag at the Radioeva store. It's actually a translucent color bag, which is not well reflected in the figure. But in the actual photos, this bag looks so pretty and I wanted it. Unfortunately, it was sold out by the time I saw it. Oh wells. But back then, the fluffy jacket as well as the fluffy hat was on sale. But being in a tropical climate, I have no use for winter clothes. The shoes were also on sale, but they were out of stock. I would have picked it up if I could, since wearing a fashion item which a figure is wearing seems pretty cool. Anyway, let's zoom into the details. Firstly, I really like her face sculpt. I think she looks really pretty, and the eye decals are quite detailed. Her hair sculpt is one of my favorite parts of this figure, besides the clothes that she's wearing. I love how it's flowing with her movement, making it look really dynamic. The individual strands are sculpted quite beautifully, and there's quite a bit of shading in them. Also, her hair accessories are very relevant to this character. I love it. The red color matches well with her outfit. Moving down the figure, yep, I really like her outfit. She looks so fashionable. I love how the words FILA is printed across her shirt, and the colors of the print is really nice. The jacket that she's wearing also looks very detailed. There's all sorts of zippers and pockets on it. They even sculpted this little rubber thing that you use to tighten the jacket. It's a really nice detail. Unfortunately, the seam line on the sleeves are pretty obvious. Also, I find that the fluffiness of this jacket is not captured that well. It just looks like a very rough jacket. As for her bag, I really love it. I wish I had it. However, I kinda wish that they used the translucent material which the actual bag has. That would have made this figure look a lot more better. The hat she's wearing looks cool as well. I like how they sculpted the buckles on it, although the fur looks a bit funny, just like the fluffy jacket. Oh, I just noticed, her shorts has this little symbol of the doll that Asuka carries. Super cute. Moving down the figure, I like the way Asuka's tights are sculpted. The folds of the fabric are at the right places, such as the knees and closer to the ankle. It makes it look very realistic. Also, her FILA shoes are so detailed looking. They even have the leopard print which is found on the actual shoes from the store. The soles of the shoes are even sculpted and painted very accurately. My favorite part about FILA shoes is how detailed and bulky they look, and it's captured really well in this figure. Lastly, for the base, it's a simple acrylic dark grey disc, and the fact that it's acrylic makes it feel premium. Also, the size is quite nice, doesn't feel too big, so saves a bit of space on the shelf. All in all, I really like this figure of Asuka. I know there are so many other figures of Asuka out there, but I think I'm just gonna stick to this one. I also have the version 1 Radioeva Asuka, and I'm still thinking about whether I should keep her or not. I do think this one is way better, so if you're on the fence on which one to pick up, I would highly recommend this one. And it's not just because she's wearing FILA stuff. And that's all for today's video. I definitely enjoyed this one as Asuka looks way better than I thought she would. This would be the figure to represent Asuka in my collection. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video even though it's not of a new figure. If you like what you saw, do leave a like and subscribe with notifications. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye bye!